Should I pull up a full-time LeBron jock sniffer and show you his? See, now y'all gonna make me do it to y'all, man. Nobody juggles LeBron's balls more than this dude right here. Nobody. This dude is a full-time ball juggler. Where's his? He deleted a lot of his videos because he's an idiot. He goes on the internet and starts cursing like a crazy person, and then he gets his videos deleted because he's an idiot. Let me show y'all his videos. LeBron fans, look. Look. Where are these magical views that are coming from LeBron? Look. Look. This is a LeBron sniffer. Look at him. Look, we can just keep going. It's LeBron every single day. LeBron, 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 look. Every single second. So where are all these views? Where are all these views that y'all are talking about? Y'all saying, oh, Dreamers Pro's making money because he talk about LeBron. Okay, so where the views at?
I'm a rolling stone.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl.
I'm too hot for
That's
you.
what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
In a whip that's meant to speed.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at
I
her.
learned the game from some heavyweights.
You lucky
Catching
I'm
buses,
not
making
single. I would
change
take
from
your
another
girl.
plate.
That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at
I'm
her.
a rolling stone.
You don't notice most of the people in your comments are a bunch of racists who just hate LeBron because of his politics. Doesn't bother you at all. Ayo, bro. SMD, my nigga. SMD.
I'm sorry.
You heard?
in advance
SMD.
if I let you down.
You heard me? SMD.
I'm sorry.
Straight up and
in
down, dog.
advance if I let
SMD.
you
Nigga, I said it.
down.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
I'm sorry.
I
in
will tell you
advance if I
why
let
the beef started with me and Reggie,
down.
right? Reggie fucked one of my niggas' bitches, right? The locker room went to fuck one of my niggas'
I'm
bitches, right?
rolling
That's what he
stone.
fucking did. He fucking disrespected the bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. We are back, man. Y'all do me a favor, man, and drop a like on the video. You guys see the title of the show, man. You guys see the graphics, folks. You guys know what we're here to discuss, man. LeBron James, folks.
LeBron fans.
LeBron James, man. You know, as you guys can see, folks, by the title of the show, favored now at 40% to return to the Miami Heat. It's funny because a few days ago, we had a interesting debate, and I believe the guy's name was Cam. He called in. He was a Miami Heat fan, and you know he was making the case for the Miami Heat. As to why LeBron James should return there. At the time, I was telling Cam, I'm like, listen, dude. I mean, let's keep it a buck, bro. The Miami Heat need LeBron James more than LeBron James needs the Miami Heat. Okay? And I pointed to the failures that the Miami Heat have been dealing with since LeBron James has departed. Obviously, folks, they've been to 2 NBA finals. They lost both times. And, they lost to LeBron James, right?
LeBron fans.
So, obviously they just acquired Giannis. That's a good pickup for them. But, Giannis Antetokounmpo, folks, this is a guy that hasn't won a playoff series in almost five years, right? Giannis hasn't won a playoff series. By the time the playoffs roll around again next year, it'll be 5 years. It'll been 5 years since Giannis has won a playoff series. Okay, this doesn't get talked about, obviously, because, Giannis isn't LeBron James.
LeBron fans.
Right? If that would have been LeBron, everybody would be talking about the fact that this dude hasn't made the playoffs or hasn't won a playoff series, in almost 5 years. But it's Giannis, so, obviously nobody really gives a damn. When you look at Eric Spoelstra, right? I mean, this guy was in the video room. He was a store runner, right, for the Heat organization. You know, he was the guy that would run and grab the snacks, you know, run and grab the blunts and stuff, the backwoods, you know, the Arizonas, the waters, the Gatorades, right? He was a store runner, folks. He was a video guy. Okay, LeBron shows up. LeBron's like, yo, who is this nigga? You know, LeBron wanted him fired. Pat Riley, you know, he basically said, listen, dude, this is going to be you guys' coach. It is what it is. LeBron said, all right, fuck him. And, you know, he ended up winning 2 championships with the guy. Okay, and ever since, I mean, you know, he hasn't really done much of anything. So that was the argument that I was making, you know, 3-4 days ago, right? Because we had a Miami Heat fan call into the show and try to act like the Miami Heat are this like championship level organization, and that's just not reality, right? They're not. They need LeBron, in my opinion, more than LeBron needs them. So if I'm Pat Riley, you know, listen, what kind of cookies do you like, right? You like chocolate chip, you like oatmeal raisin, you know, you like a good sugar cookie, you know, and if I'm Pat Riley, folks, I'm going to bake the cookies personally myself for LeBron James, okay, and I'm going to apologize for disrespecting him by taking the cookies off the plane. That's what I'm going to do if I'm Pat Riley, okay? Very disrespectful how things ended in Miami the first time. All right? Very disrespectful. If my GOAT asks for some cookies, you get him his fucking cookies. I mean, it's common sense, right? It's a grown-ass man here. You don't micromanage my GOAT, okay? I'm a LeBron fan.
LeBron fans.
You get him his cookies. So you guys see the title of the show. Grab the cookies, okay? Grab the cookies and let's have this conversation. It's going to start with a bucket of cookies, all right? And some ice cream. My GOAT say he likes his cookies with ice cream and, you know, some I think he said he likes it with Heath cookie or Heath bites or some shit he said with some caramel drizzle. I don't know. Whatever my GOAT wants, get him his caramel drizzle, get him his Heath candy bar, right? Crunch it up, break it up, drizzle it on his ice cream on top of his cookie, and now and let's have this conversation. Let's have this conversation today. Okay? We have some things we need to hash out with Miami Heat fans and the Miami Heat as an organization. We have some things that we need to hash out before we make this move. Okay? You guys remember Big Tone from what's his show called? Big Tone. Chad, what's his channel called? Big Tone. Oh yeah, Big Tone Open Sports Talk or some dumb shit. You guys remember Big Tone, right? We ain't heard from Big Tone in years. You know, Big Tone don't like me no more. But you guys remember Big Tone was a Heat fan too.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Big Tone. I had to fall back from your boy, man, the locker room, man.
Man, I've been telling you, nigga, you ain't want to listen.
Nah, it's not that I didn't.
That boy is a two-way player, bro. He's the only
two-way player.
He's a two-way player, bro. He's the only nigga that keep LeBron picture up no matter what he talking about.
Yo, Big Tone, this dude is talking. Like, my thing is, anytime you beat him in a debate, he always got a condescending narrative, like, oh, you guys don't know basketball and all of this shit. So I'm like, all right, well, debate me then. He like, oh, nobody debates. We just fans. Our debates don't matter. And I'm like, so why the fuck you got a show called The Smoke Show? Like, it's just too much of moving the goalposts for me. And it's like, I just did basketball talk. I ain't talk about none of the extra corny shit he was doing, but just basketball talk. When it came down to basketball content, I was whooping his ass. And he got disrespectful. He got disrespectful to somebody on my panel, so I stopped fuck with him. You know how I know it was bad? He came all the way. He came to my Facebook. Like, I never seen nobody go from like sorting somebody out on Facebook from YouTube.
You heard it
Like,
soon.
bruh,
Yeah,
I went to his page. He kept calling. He kept putting my picture. I said, "Yo, you keep putting my picture up."
He like to make my sound bite part of his show. I never seen nothing like this, where somebody that's a different blogger on a different stream takes your sound bite and DJs your shit. Like he's like a fucking DJ.
So you guys remember Big Tone, right? Yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys this article. Give me 1 second, chat. I thought I had all of my tabs closed out. I just saw a crazy tab. Give me 1 second, folks.
You're a freaky frog.
Jesus Christ, man. What the hell is going on this goddamn phone, man? I ain't gonna lie to you guys. You know how like you'll go on like a streaming site to watch a game, and then they got like 1,000 ads, you know, and then they'll, you know, it'll be like an ad for like Chatterbait. It's just like, come on, dude. I ain't gonna lie, you a freaky ass nigga if you use Chatterbait. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get into this article, folks. I see Cam in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got Meso, we got John, PGH Big Dog, Big Medallion, Most Paid, BS for You, Mr. Pete, Taiwan. We got Cam. Cam, listen, we'll get the phone lines open for you here in a second, dude. We got Quabina. What's going on? We got Carlos. You said Fufu Man is talking about you on his last live. Yeah, Fufu Man actually blocked me last night, dude. Yeah, he actually blocked me. So, it is what it is. We got Lemon Golder. What's going on, man? Shout out to V's. So yeah, we got Roy. Who else we got here? Shout out to Ty. Ruler's back. Folks, y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video, man. Shout out to Westside 30, Strawberry Scorpio, the crazy dude, HC Picks. What's going on? We got Terrence, Banco. What up, man? What up, man? Kinston. We got Chevy Life. Okay, cool. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this article, folks. This is from the New York Post. Okay, LeBron James updated next team odds. Heat suddenly emerge as big favorites. So it says LeBron James could be making a dramatic return to South Beach. According to recent data from Kalshi, the Heat have overtaken the field as the new favorites to land the 41-year-old superstar. A significant midday Saturday surge saw 50% of the market shift in Miami's favor, raising the prospect of James teaming up with newly acquired superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo and cornerstone big man Bam Adebayo. This rapid shift marks a major turnaround from earlier projections of a Cleveland homecoming alongside Donovan Mitchell. Now, let me just go ahead and just stop it right there. I got a few things, right? This actually makes a lot of sense to me. You know, as you guys know, if you don't know, right? My name is Reggie. I am a LeBron fan.
LeBron fans.
And if you don't know me, right? If you know nothing about me, I am from Atlanta. But my two favorite cities in the United States is LA and Miami. Those are my two favorite cities. Okay. I'm a simple man. I like bitches and I like beaches, right? I'm a very simple guy. You know, I want to live in a city where, you know, there's a beach and where there's beautiful women walking around butt naked at. Okay. That's why LA and Miami are my two favorite cities in the United States. Okay. Now, my GOAT, I told you guys, I'm a LeBron fan. My GOAT is just like me. Okay.
LeBron fans.
Folks, the two times LeBron James has left Cleveland, where did he go? He went to Miami and he went to LA. My GOAT is just like me. Okay? We want to hang out by the beach, right? With butt naked, beautiful women. It's very simple. It's very simple to understand. To me, LA and Miami, the two best markets in the United States in terms of lifestyle, in terms of, you know, just peace of mind and everything of the sort, right? It doesn't get any better to me than LA and Miami. Okay? Those are my two favorite cities. Those are my top two. You know, number 3 would be Phoenix. You know, I like Phoenix. Phoenix is a good city. Number 4, I would put Tampa at number 4. And then number 5, I'm gonna go San Diego. I'll go San Diego. Yeah, I'll go San Diego at number 5, right? That's my top 5, but that's neither here nor there, okay? So, to me, right, if you're LeBron James, if you have to leave LA, which you have to at this point, you can't stay in LA and play with white boys. So you have to leave LA. What's the best option after that? Folks, it's Miami. Let's just keep it a buck. It's Miami.
I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said.
And I said what I said. Okay. My GOAT is into competing for championships and playing golf these days. Okay. So if you can't stay in LA, which you can't, the next best option is Miami. Okay? That's the next best option, if we're being honest about this whole thing. So that's how I look at it from a lifestyle standpoint. Now, when it comes to a basketball standpoint, I told you guys, if I'm LeBron James, right, I have to get to a team with blackies. And we've talked about this over the last, couple of weeks or so. Okay, playing with, Luker and Ashton, folks, we can't do that anymore. Okay, my GOAT isn't comfortable with all these white boys around. It's uncomfortable for us. All right. I've said this. I'm going to continue to say it. LeBron's next team, he needs to be in a starting lineup with blacks. With blackies, okay, with dark butts, okay. Now, Miami has a team full of dark butts, okay. You have Bam Adebayo, you have Giannis, you have Wiggins, you have Davion Mitchell. Miami fits the criteria, ladies and gentlemen. Miami fits the criteria pretty much of everything that I tell you guys that LeBron is looking for. I know my GOAT. I'm a LeBron fan.
LeBron fans.
Okay. Playing with white boys is a no-go. I'm talking about LeBron shouldn't even consider a team that has even one white boy in the starting lineup. Simple as that. So to me, he needs to be on the East Coast because it would be an easier path to the finals, obviously. So we can throw all the West Coast teams out. Let's just throw Golden State and Minnesota, all the West Coast teams. No, we don't have time to be battling it out with OKC and with San Antonio. No, we'll just meet y'all in the finals. Okay, we'll let y'all fight it out, and then we'll just meet y'all in the finals, right? So really, the options boil down to Cleveland. LeBron has already let it be known he doesn't like playing at home. He's just like me. I'm from Atlanta. I hate Atlanta. And I'm from here. I don't like being in Atlanta. Atlanta's garbage. LeBron feels the same way. He's from Cleveland. He don't like playing in Cleveland. He don't want to be in Cleveland. Okay? And I don't blame him. Mike Goat's brand, his aura, it's bigger than the city of Cleveland. It just is. I'm sorry, but it just is. No disrespect to the Cleveland fans out there, but like Joakim Noah said, years ago, I've never heard of anybody saying they want to go to Cleveland for vacation. I've never heard of that. Nobody goes to Cleveland to go hang out. Nobody does that. So throw Cleveland out, right? As somebody that's lived in Philadelphia for a short time. Folks, I'm going to be honest with you. Philadelphia is rough, man. Okay? Real shit. Philadelphia is rough, dude. It's cold. It's ghetto. I mean, we gotta just be honest, chat. Philadelphia is ghetto. Okay? Now, I know we got some people from Philly that listen to the show. This is with all due respect. We gotta just keep it a buck, though. Okay? We gotta just keep it a buck. Philly's the fucking hood. Okay? Seriously. It's a gritty city. All right? The roads are terrible. The weather's bad. Right? I mean, with all due respect, man, like, come on, man. If you had an opportunity, a choice, right? Let's just say you have two options on, for vacation. You can either go to Philadelphia or you can go to Miami. Come on, chat. Let's keep it a buck, man. You guys know what we're choosing. And listen, shout out to everybody from Philly. Even the people from Philly wouldn't choose to stay in Philadelphia or over Miami. We gotta just keep it a buck. Philly's cool. I listen. I ran up some good money in Philadelphia, right? They got some hoes over there, but it's Philadelphia. Who's ever just said, "Yo, let's go to Philly"? Nobody says that. Nobody says that. Why? Because it's Philadelphia. All right? So, realistically, when I look at this situation, Miami, honestly, it makes the most sense for LeBron. Right? In terms of lifestyle, basketball, black teammates, right? It makes the most sense. Because even the Golden State situation, right? And I know the other day when Cam called in, I was arguing for Golden State, but I was arguing for Golden State from the vantage point of Golden State is a better organization than Miami, right? But to me, and I saw somebody say this on social media, and I actually agreed with it. If he goes to Golden State, he's going to be dealing with some of the same issues that he was dealing with in LA. And some of those issues are, you're going to, Steph Curry's team, right? Kind of like you went to, Kobe's team in LA, right? Their fans are just, ridiculously obnoxious, similar to LA fans. So it would be almost the same thing. And then you're going to another organization with too many whites, with all due respect. It's just too many white people, man. Right? And then San Francisco, you have, I told you guys, San Francisco, they I don't know what they're on up there, man. Straight up. That's a freaky ass city, okay?
You're a freaky frog!
That's the LGBTQ headquarter up there. Okay, that's where they congregate. Is up there in San Francisco. Nah, man, we're good, man. We're good on that stuff. Okay, with all due respect, we're good. Now it is a 45-minute flight or whatever, you know, from LA, so that's convenient or whatever. But you know, it does get a little bit colder in the Bay than it does in Southern California. Like I said, my GOAT, he's like me. We like warm weather. We like the hoes. We like beaches, right? I mean, I don't know of no good beaches in the Bay. Do they got good beaches up there, chat? I'm sure it gets too cold up there, right? I've never heard of a good beach in San Francisco. Do niggas lay out by the beach up there in the summer? I guess they do, right? I don't know. I've never heard of a good beach. But we've all heard of South Beach, though. We've all heard of Brickell and Wynwood, right? You got, come on, you guys are familiar with Miami, right? You guys know. You know, LA, you guys know Santa Monica, you got Venice over there, you got, you know, Huntington, Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach. They got good beaches. I've never heard of a San Francisco beach. So I just think, right, the more and more that I think about it in terms of lifestyle and everything combined, everything included, I think Miami makes the most sense. And also too, when it comes to, like, you know, going to somebody's team, I mean, if we're being honest, I know it's Wade County and all that, but let's keep it a buck, chat. LeBron really kind of runs Miami too.
LeBron fans.
I mean, he's got more Finals MVPs down there than Dwayne Wade does. He's got more MVPs down there than Dwayne Wade does. So I get it from a historical standpoint. D Wade brought them their first championship. I'm not here to disrespect D Wade. You know, D Wade is a legend, even though he turned out to be a complete fruit cup. But let's be honest, though, chat. LeBron really kind of runs Miami as well. That's really kind of his team. I mean, he had his best years down there in Miami, right? We got to just keep it a buck. We got Flex Honcho. Shout out to Flex Honcho with the $5 super chat.
Rolling Stone.
LeBron fans.
You said Washington is still on the table. AD is recruiting him, and they have the non-tax mid-level that's $15 million a year. Go make the bet on DraftKings now. My only issues with Washington, I have a few issues with Washington, okay? And I just came from DC, okay, a couple weeks ago. I have a couple of issues with DC, okay? My first issue is Trae Young, okay? What does Skip Bayless call him? Mice Trae? You know what my homie calls him? Trash ass, okay? Yeah, that's what my homie calls him. Not Ice Trae. He calls him trash ass. I don't like Trae Young. Okay? I don't like Trae Young as a teammate for LeBron James. And they just re-signed Trae Young. I think Trae Young is way too small to win a championship with. You know, he gets manhandled. He gets exposed pretty much every time the playoffs come around. He's just too small. So that's an issue for me. AJ DeBonza being a rookie is an issue for me in terms of trying to win. To me, it's just a lot of agendas over there in Washington, right? I saw a quote from AD. AD says he wants to play 82 games next year. AD's trying to get an extension. AJ DeBonza's trying to prove himself. Trae Young's trying to prove himself. It's just too many agendas over there. And then it's Washington, you know, good city, right? You know, I look at Washington like a souped up Atlanta, right? It's like a better version of Atlanta, right? You know, the hoes up there, they got good jobs, you know, nice apartments and all kinds of shit, good government jobs and all of that. But, you know, it's Washington, D.C., right? Good city, but not exactly a hotbed, hot spot, right? Not exactly a hot spot. Okay? We got to just keep it a buck. So I have some issues with Washington from a lifestyle perspective. Okay? I don't like cold weather. It gets cold in DC. Now the summers in DC, lit. Good time. You know, but it does get cold. And if you're LeBron James, why are we leaving sunny Southern California to go to the cold? I just don't necessarily see how that makes a ton of sense. We got Xavier. Shout out to Xavier. You said lifestyle, basketball, and black teammates. Exactly, man. We got Adam. You said San Francisco is the freaky frog capital. Exactly.
You're a freaky frog.
It really is. You said low-key, the only reason I don't want to see him go to the Warriors is I don't want to see him help Curry get another ring. Durant already helped him tie LeBron with ring counts, even though he's only got one MVP. Yeah, that's a good point. You said it's Giannis's team. What are you talking about?
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, see, Buckets, I said what I said. Okay? I said what I said. Giannis hasn't won a playoff series in nearly 5 years. Okay? Cut the fuck shit, dude. Giannis sucks. Alright? And this is what I was trying to tell Cam the other day. See, I be trying to have like positive conversations and then you niggas get disrespectful. To me, that's just disrespectful. I'm taking LeBron James right now over Giannis. LeBron is better than Giannis. Giannis is nearly 15 years in the NBA and still hasn't developed a reliable jumper, which is why he can't win in the playoffs. All they got to do is just build a wall. Just build a wall, make him shoot, and he's rendered effectively useless. What did James Harden say about Giannis? He's got no skill. James Harden said, I wish I could just, be big and run and jump and have no skill. He's like, I actually got to have skill. It's the truth.
About some of the stereotypes that have blown up around you. Charles Barkley, when they had the All-Star draft, was saying, oh, no one wants to take James Harden, he's a dribbler. Giannis Antetokounmpo makes a joke on the air about, I want to take someone who can pass. I'm taking Kemba Walker instead of James Harden.
I average more assists than him, I think.
You ranked 10th in assists going into the All-Star break, and Kemba ranked 36th in assists going into the All-Star break.
So I don't see what the joke is, but I didn't even see it. I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I just know none of them can mess with me.
Well, Daryl Morey, your general manager, had a great line to kind of address all of that. He said, being different doesn't really get appreciated until it works.
Yeah, or when I'm done. When it's all said and done, they'll appreciate it more. But I wish I could just run and with 7 feet and run and just dunk. Like that takes no skill at all. I got to actually learn how to play basketball and how to have skill. I take that any day.
We got Unforgiving Sound. Shout out to you, man, with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Said they can use second-round picks to get Bronny and Dalton Connect. you said, gotta agree, Pat Riley wanted Giannis. If LeBron goes back to Miami, it's optional. Riley would love it, but he ain't going to die if LeBron chooses the Bay, for example. This is the stupidity that I'm referring to, folks. Right? This is the stupidity that I'm referring to. Once again, if LeBron doesn't go to Miami, is anybody picking them to win the championship next year? No. No. Nobody's picking him to win the title next year. No. Now, if LeBron goes to Miami, I would pick them to win the championship next year. Y'all are going to stop this crap, dude. Okay? This is why let me get the phone lines open. This is what I was trying to tell Cam. Cam, hope you're still listening, buddy. This is what I was trying to tell Cam the other day. Right? The Miami Heat need LeBron more than LeBron needs the Miami Heat. You need his leadership. You need his playmaking. You need his presence. LeBron can go to Philadelphia. I would pick them. LeBron can go to Golden State. They would have a good chance if they could get fully healthy. If he goes to Minnesota, I'm picking Minnesota. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm picking wherever LeBron goes to win the championship next year. Wherever LeBron goes, that's why I'm picking to win the championship next year. LeBron don't need the Heat, dude. The Heat need LeBron. Giannis ain't won a playoff series in 5 years. Like, come on. Like, imagine, right? Imagine if this was Kobe. Imagine if this was Jordan. Imagine if this was LeBron. You have a quote-unquote superstar dead smack in the middle of his prime, and he can't even win you a playoff series. He hasn't won a playoff series in 5 years. So like I said, is it a good pickup for Miami? Sure, it's a great pickup for them. They needed a superstar. They haven't had one really since LeBron left. Jimmy was good, he wasn't great. Giannis has a championship. He has a finals MVP. He has MVPs. He has a defensive player of the year. Okay, great. They finally got their superstar. But come on, man. That was 6-7 years ago. Nigga, 2021 that's going to be 6 years ago next year. You said Bron be great on any of these teams, but I suspect you will see Bron to the Warriors because they get AD. Steph reunite with Clay. How is Dreamers pro?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I know I've been away.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl.
I'm just trying to get my
That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
Don't give my shit away.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
We got King J. What's going on, man? Folks, phone lines are open. All right. Phone lines are open. You know, for me personally, like I said, Bam is cool. You know, Bam had that 83-point game, you know, this season or whatever the case was. Bam is solid, chat. He's solid. You know, he's a good player. Is he, you know, better than LeBron? No. He's solid though. You know, like I said, would I pick him and Giannis as a duo next year to beat everybody and win the whole thing? No. They need LeBron. So now it brings me to the cookies. Right? Now let's have a conversation about the cookies. Okay? Like I said when we started this show, extremely disrespectful what Pat Riley and the Miami Heat did with LeBron James's cookies. You people have, like I said, you just have no respect, man. You have no respect. What y'all don't realize, and Pat Riley didn't realize this either. You know, Pat Riley still thinks this is the 80s, and he's like the head coach of the Lakers, and he's like the face of Showtime and all that. No, dude, that was 50 years ago. Okay? You're not the star of this show. This was my problem with Aston, right? You got this idiot. You know, we played Memphis a few years ago in the playoffs, right? And you got this stupid clown on the court talking about, I'm him! I'm him! I'm him! I'm him! Do you guys know why I took offense to that? Do you guys know why I took offense to that? Because you're basically like trying to steal shine away from my GOAT. You're trying to take AD and LeBron's credit, right? That's why I felt a little bit offended. I'm still offended by that moment to this day. Because what are you talking about? You're him. Nigga, nobody even cares about you. You think anybody on Memphis was worried about you scoring? They didn't care if you scored or not. They weren't trying to stop you. So when he hit a shot and then he talked about some, I'm him! I'm him! I'm him! I'm him! I'm him! It's just like, bro, you're a joke. You're a clown to me. You're literally a water boy. Go get Anthony Davis his Gatorade. Go get LeBron his Gatorade and go sit your goofy white ass down somewhere. Go sit down. No, you want to make that moment about you. It wasn't about you, you clown. Even Lonnie Walker, when he had his game. You guys remember when Lonnie Walker had his game? He wasn't doing all that. You want to know why? Because he understood his role. You were a role player. He came in off the bench, scored 15. Thank you, Lonnie. We really appreciated you. If you guys remember after the game, LeBron and AD both went up to Lonnie, right? And they thanked him for his performance. That's how you act when you're on a team with LeBron. Do your job and go home, dude. Why do you think they couldn't stand Mario Chalmers? He was the same way. He thought it was about him. He thought he was the star. Ain't nobody paying to come see no stupid ass Mario Chalmers, dude. This is what niggas don't understand, bro. When you play with LeBron, when you are in an organization with LeBron, your job is to assist LeBron with whatever he needs. Whatever he needs, you go and get it. That's what Aston should have been doing. Hey, LeBron, every day of practice. Hey, LeBron, you good, bro? All right, King, let me know, man. I'll go get you a Gatorade if you need one. When LeBron goes to the shitter, Aston should be knocking on the door. Yo, GOAT, you need any toilet paper? Okay, I got you if you need some. Just let me know. Just yell my name. I got you some toilet paper and I got you some wipes so you can wipe your booty hole. That's your job. It's not disrespect. It's reality. Everybody's job. This is the problem. This is why niggas can't win. Because everybody want to come on a team with LeBron and they want to aura farm. They want to steal clout tokens off the ground that LeBron dropped. And y'all think it's about you. And then you show up with your own personal agenda. Your job is to assist my GOAT. We're chasing championships here. You got this stupid white fraud. I'm him! I'm him! Nigga, what?
What do you mean by that?
You got this undrafted fraud in a game with LeBron and Anthony Davis. He on the court. I'm him! Hey, Mimo! I'm him! Hey, Popo! I'm him! What? Yo, you can't make this shit up, gang. I swear you can't make this shit up, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God, you can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up. You're an undrafted fraud. You average 11 points in college. We don't even know you. We barely knew your name. You're a bum. Shut up and pass the ball. And if you make a shot, congratulations, nigga. Whoop-de-doo. Head up, chin up.
Head up, chin up. Fuck that, nigga. If we go to prison for the rest of our life, whoop-de-doo. We go to prison, nigga. If we beat these folk, whoop-de-doo. We beat them.
Whoop-de-doo. You made a shot. Whoop-de-doo. You bum. You finally made a shot, you bum. Nigga talking about he's him. Man, you niggas be clowns to me, bro. I swear to God, bro. You niggas be straight up clowns to me. Go sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody paying to come watch no sorry-ass white boy. We didn't pay to come see you. Oh, you're trying to steal clout. And this is the problem with Pat Riley. He thought this was the 80s still. He thought he was the coach. What you coming on a plane stealing cookies for? Go sit down somewhere, old nigga. Nigga, come on a plane stealing cookies. What kind of slave ship is this? Nigga think we his slaves. This is a grown-ass man. If he want his cookies, nigga, bring him his cookies. What are we even talking about? We're talking about cookies, chat. We're talking about fucking cookies, man. You niggas lost LeBron because of some cookies. Y'all are clowns, bro. That's why I say we need to have a conversation today. We need to hash this out, chat. I need to have a conversation with Miami Heat fans. You lost LeBron because of some cookies? Y'all not serious, bro. Y'all ain't serious, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Losing LeBron over some cookies isn't. I mean, come on, man. That's diabolically insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. We got GD. Shout out to GD.
I just wanna be free.
LeBron fans.
We got GD with the $5 super chat. He said Bron generated $4 billion for that downtown area during his 4 years. So they already know his worth in Miami. Giannis and Bam need a connector. Exactly. Okay, shout out to you and this name, man. You know what? I'm just gonna call you a Aristo. Shout out to you, man. This is a difficult name. Shout out to Aristo. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. You said the only reason the Cavs are still in the mix is because LeBron is from there. Otherwise, he wouldn't even consider playing with Harden and Mitchell. At least Bam and Giannis are dogs. That's another thing, too. You know, LeBron wants the ball in his hands. And I think he would have like for me, right? If LeBron goes to Miami, Davion Mitchell, you're coming off the bench. With all due respect, you're coming off the bench. Like if I'm the Heat, I'm running LeBron at the 1, Tim Hardaway at the 2, Wiggins at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Bam at the 5, and I'm bringing Davion Mitchell off the bench. Like there's a prime opportunity in Miami for LeBron to go back to playing the point, which I believe would fit him best on this team. Because they already got the front court covered with Bam and Giannis. So he don't have to play in the front court. So yeah, I would put him at the 1 and let him run the offense. And then I got my shooter in Tim Hardaway Jr. I got my small forward in Wiggins, and then I got Giannis, and then I got Bam. And I would just run it like that. Yeah, it's too many niggas in Cleveland that need the ball. But like I was saying though, chat, you niggas need to get with the fucking program. And this is the problem that the Fakers had. It's too many agendas over there, right? This is why he had to leave. It's too many agendas. You got the Kobe nigga running the team. You know, he's over here trying to protect Kobe's legacy, right? He's not trying to win. He doesn't want to win. He wants to protect Kobe's legacy. He thinks it's about him. He thinks it's about Kobe. This ain't about neither one of y'all niggas. Kobe's dead. That shit is over with. Allegedly. No, they still think you got these Kobe fans out there. Oh, they still think it's about Kobe. Every time LeBron does something great, they're comparing him to Kobe. You know? It's always about Kobe, 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 Kobe. It ain't about Kobe when LeBron shows up, nigga. Fuck Kobe. This is what niggas don't get. When LeBron shows up to your team, it's about LeBron. And everybody should be working in conjunction with LeBron. Y'all should be doing whatever he asks you for. Niggas is talking about, oh, what do you want us to do? Bend over and kiss the ring? Bend over and kiss his feet? That's exactly what you need to do. What do you think this is? What does Rob Pelinka think this is? Does he think this is about him? Nobody cares about Rob Pelinka. Ain't nobody paying to go see Rob Pelinka. Don't nobody give a shit about that white boy. Kobe's dead. What do y'all think this is about? Yeah, 8 years, 1 chip, because like I said, it's about Kobe, Kobe, Kobe in LA. That's why it was 8 years with 1 chip. Because the Lakers didn't do everything that they could have for LeBron James. That's why he only got 1 chip. See, you're trying to be fun. I'm really about to block you because you're a clown. but you're trying to be funny, and you're trying to make it seem like LeBron getting one chip is because of LeBron. No, it's because of the organization. Niggas talking about 8 years, one. Get out of my chat, dude. Fuck you, pussy. Go to Dreamers Pro. The problem in LA, too many agendas. Kobe died. Niggas don't want LeBron to pass Kobe. Niggas don't want to trade Ashton. Niggas don't want to trade picks, right? But as you guys can see, soon as LeBron leaves, now all of a sudden Rob Pelinka know how to trade for a center. How come he didn't do that when Anthony Davis was there? How come trading for a center was so hard with Anthony Davis? Because he didn't want to help Anthony Davis or LeBron. But you see with Luka, hey, what do you need? A center? Okay. We're going to trade the farm for a guy that played 5 games last year. Walker Kessler. These people are racist. It's the Ku Klux Klan in LA. That's the reality. You guys know it's true. They didn't want to do what they needed to do. Exactly, PGH Big Dog. Rob failed Bron and AD. Yeah, he didn't. No, it's not even that he failed him. He just didn't want to do it. You know, because failing would mean that he at least tried. He didn't even try. He didn't try to help AD and LeBron, because doing that would mean LeBron would catch Kobe in rings and maybe ultimately surpass him. So he just sabotaged him to make sure Kobe's 5 rings stayed intact in LA. That's all that was about. You said they could have had Kessler in 23 for 2 first-rounders? They could have been had Kessler. They could have been had, what's the dude from Charlotte that got traded to Phoenix? What's his name, chat? Mark Williams, whatever his name is. Exactly. All AD said was get him a center. That's all he asked for. You said, I don't hate LeBron. His fans are the ones basketball itself has beef with. LeBron is basketball. What are you talking about? He said the team magically got assets when the GOAT left. Pathetic ass Lakers. Exactly. You said Pelinka is an asswipe. You said, bro, are you slow? You're not saying anything. Okay, we got another Mexican chat. Hector Rodriguez. Okay. Like I said, dude, come back on Taco Tuesday night, pussy. Phone lines are open, bro. Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying nothing. So hit the link then, dude. I'll let you talk. Hey, homeboy, you don't know basketball, fool? Yeah, you don't know basketball. What are you saying, homeboy? What are you saying, fool? You're fucking stupid, homeboy. You don't know nothing about basketball, fool. Yeah, go ahead, call in, man. I'll let you talk, dude. I'll let you take over the show, right? I'm sure the chat wants to listen to a fucking Mexican talk about basketball. Okay. Fucking Hector Rodriguez. Hector Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm sure you know a lot about basketball, dude. Sure. Like I said, we'll see you on Taco Tuesday night, okay? Come back on Taco Tuesday night. I'm serious. We're gonna do a Taco Tuesday segment starting here pretty soon, dude. And that'll be the Mexican night. And all the Mexicans, I'm gonna let y'all on the show and y'all can just talk about Kobe and how much y'all love Kobe. Because we know that's all y'all know is Kobe. He said no more locked doors. Oh, man. Wow. Hector Rodriguez. You gotta be fucking joking, right? We got 444. What's going on, man? We got Too Cool for Nerds. King J said Corona night. That's crazy. This clown talking about you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Sure, Hector. Sure. But yeah. Like I was saying though, folks. Too many agendas in LA, right? Too many agendas. And the thing that I do like about Miami is that I do feel like Miami cares about basketball and they want to win. You know, Pat Riley, the one thing I can say about Pat Riley, as opposed to like a guy like Rob Pelinka, Pat Riley seems like he wants to win. That's what's most important to him, is winning. Rob Pelinka, it seems like what was important to him was protecting Kobe's legacy, right? It's just too many agendas going on in LA. And this is why LeBron is taking his time. People think like, oh, this is like an easy decision to make. No, man, like you guys see how many layers these things have. You have to dissect everything. We got to look at your management. We got to look at, you know, the players on the roster, what agendas they might have. Like, okay, for example, let's talk about Philly, for example, right? I think the Philly thing is kind of similar to the Wizards thing. I think it might just be too many agendas. So you got Embiid there, right? He's got his own agendas, this trust the process shit. You got VJ. He's trying to prove himself. He's trying to get to his second contract. So he's trying to prove how good he can be. So you got that agenda. You know, you got Maxey. You got Jaylen Brown. He just got traded from Boston. So he's going to have an agenda. He's going to have a point to prove. Right? It's too many agendas in Philadelphia. I think Miami, you got Bam. You got Giannis. I think those guys, they just want to win. I don't really see them having... I don't think Giannis cares about getting another MVP. I don't think Bam cares about that or getting a Defensive Player of the Year or whatever. I don't think they care about that. I think in Miami, they just want to win. And I think the Miami situation, it makes the most sense. You have a GM in Pat Riley who wants to win. You know, he don't care about protecting Dwayne Wade's legacy like Rob Pelinka did, right? I just think the Miami thing makes a ton of sense, man. We got Too Cool for Nerds. What's going on, man?
What's good, Reg? Yeah, man. Honestly, I was thinking about what you said about LeBron in Miami, and it does make a lot of sense because Giannis, when you think about it, Giannis, he been looking for a point guard, and he needs a point guard. He always needed a point guard, and they always been complaining about how Giannis never played with a real good point guard. You know what I mean? And he played his best when he had, Drew Holiday and I guess Eric Bledsoe and all that, and they traded for Dame, and that didn't work out. LeBron would be the best point guard Giannis ever played with. I think he bring out the best in Giannis for real.
Yeah, and they have a need for LeBron at that position. You know, like I said, Davion Mitchell, no disrespect, but you're coming off the bench. Right? You're coming off the bench. Like, to me, like I said, I'm putting LeBron at the 1, Hardaway at the 2, Wiggins at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Bam at the 5. And I'm running it like that.
You don't think Davion is better than Tim Hardaway?
No. It's not about who's better to me. It's about the skill set. And I think Tim Hardaway's ability to catch and shoot, I would rather have him on the floor at my 2 than Davion Mitchell. So
yeah, I can see that.
I would rather have Hardaway. Defense. Or if the Mavericks buy out Klay Thompson, I wouldn't mind Klay Thompson at the 2. If they could get Klay Thompson, I wouldn't mind him at the 2 and then Wiggins at the 3. But yeah, I would just bring Davion off the. He's a bench guy. I mean, let's be honest, he's a bench guy. You know,
you don't think he got a little bit better? You don't think he got better? I mean, I hear people saying that he's a better shooter now than he was before.
Dude, what did Miami do last year?
I don't even think they made it after the play-in, right? They got bounced out the play-in.
So I mean, like I said, I don't watch many Davion Mitchell games, but like, okay, make your case for Davion Mitchell to remain in the starting lineup. Like, what's the case?
Well, I don't know too much about them either. I think Miami's ass, and I hated how Bam he beat Kobe's record and shit. But as far as Davion goes, I heard that they call him Off Night. I heard that's his nickname, Off Night, because everybody he guards they got a bad night. So I guess he's like a elite defender or something. And a 3-and-D guy. So I thought he was a 3-and-D guy, and I thought he was better on defense than Tim Hardaway. And whatever Tim Hardaway is better at on offense, I feel like, Davion is, at least he's mid, at least he's average offensive player, and a elite defensive player. That's really what I was thinking, because LeBron's really not going to be able to guard all of the best guards. At 42, I think LeBron is really going to be taking a back seat on defense. I don't think he's really going to be playing Shea. He's not going to be guarding Shea and John Morant and shit. I don't think you're going to see LeBron doing that. And I really can't see Tim Hardaway taking that challenge either. So I was basically thinking, maybe Davion might be the best defender, and he can hit a three. I have seen him hit some threes.
But see,
wide open.
Here's my thing. Here's my issue with your thinking though. So when LeBron was playing the point guard back in 2020 when we won the championship, he led the league in assists that year, right? So you're looking at it from a negative perspective, like, oh, well, I don't think LeBron could guard SGA. Well, what about on the flip side? Do you think SGA can guard LeBron?
Nah, I doubt it.
That's going to be a tough task for him.
Yeah, there's no way. I don't even think he would sign up for that challenge.
And then what you got to realize is now LeBron is going to have the requisite backline help. See, when LeBron was playing with Aston and D'Lo and Schroeder in the conference finals, yeah, sure, like, okay, maybe you can't play him at the one because where's D'Lo and Reeves and all these other guys, whatever. That was my issue with Darvin and his strategy, coaching wise and everything. I just thought he was just a terrible coach in terms of lineups. Like, why would you have 3 small ball guards on the floor? It just never. I don't even want to get started on that. That shit was just stupid, right?
Yeah, that was terrible.
But if you look at Miami, for example, if I put LeBron at the 1, okay, let's just say hypothetically he does get beat on a few plays by, let's just say, SGA. Let's just use your guy, SGA. Okay, well, cool. Who does he have on the back end? He's got Giannis and he's got Bam, 2 defensive player of the year guys. Well, I think Bam is like, I don't know if he's ever won a defensive player of the year. He might have. Has he won a defensive player of the year?
I don't think he has. I think he's been like a candidate.
I know he's been like a finalist. Well, at the end of the day, you got 2 guys that are, defensive player of the year candidates on the back end. Yeah, he's never won the award, but he's been a finalist for the award. So I like that. You know what I mean? And I think on the other team, you're putting yourself, to me, in an advantageous situation, because now you're forcing the other guards, like, okay, let's just say we're playing the Nuggets and you got Jamal Murray versus LeBron. I like LeBron in that matchup. I do. Now, sure, he's 41. Would he get beat some plays by Jamal Murray? Yes. But would he also have an advantage in size and everything over Jamal Murray? Passing everything? Yeah, I think so. So I like putting LeBron back at the 1, bro, especially in Miami, because once again, they need that area of the floor filled. That's why I say they need LeBron. Because if LeBron doesn't go to Miami and they just run it with Davion and, Wiggins and whoever else they going to get, I don't really see them winning the whole thing. But if they were to get LeBron, I see them winning. We got 444. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Reg?
What's going on, man?
How's my audio?
Pretty good.
Audio okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tapping in, listening to the conversation. My take on it is, I think all of the teams need LeBron. To be very honest, I think everyone that, let's say, is top four teams, I think they all need. I don't think Philly. I think Philly's going to be very interesting. Um, you know, um, without a player like LeBron, I think they're all going to be pretty much even without LeBron. I think LeBron kind of pushes all the teams over the edge a little bit. Another thing I think is that LeBron defensively, I know we say, okay, he's 40 something, such and such, but I think a lot of his defensive lapse um, was due to just being in a really bad environment. I think when you're playing a game and you're not having fun, and you clearly see that they're using you, they don't want to give you the resources and the tools to, to ensure that you have a better chance of winning. I mean, who's going to give it their all? Who's going to give it their effort? You're going to go through the motions. You're going to be strategic. So I think defensively, I think whatever team he does chooses, I think we're going to see an increase in defensive efficiency, to be honest, when it comes to LeBron. So I'm not too much worried about him defensively. Uh, I like the Miami. I like Miami. I will say though, the Davion Mitchell, I disagree in the sense that Davion Mitchell can shoot and he is defensively very, very, very sound. I think those two elements. Tim Hardaway Jr. He is a catch and shoot guy. Very streaky though. But if you get him hot, great. Defensively, um, 50-50. I like Davion Mitchell just for the defensive. He's just a gritty, grinding. If he comes off the bench, that's cool too. I'm for it either way, but don't sleep on Davion Mitchell though in his defense. His defense is and his shooting. I mean, it's his playmaking, his defense, his shooting is pretty on point, to be honest. Definitely. If you looked at some of those Miami Heat games last season, he had a quite a few games where it was because of his presence and his impact that was actually pushing them over the edge in quite a few games. So I think that he's proven in the sense in that regard. Tim Hardaway, we just kind of know him as a catch and shoot guy, streaky, but once he's hot, he can drop down, quite a few. Um, so I like LeBron. I like LeBron in Miami. I like LeBron. I think if he goes to Philly, my only issue with Philly is Embiid, his mentality. Other than that, I think everybody will acquiesce. I don't think anyone's going to get in the way. If LeBron comes to that team, I don't think anyone is going to get in the way of 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 respecting the GOAT, respecting his basketball acumen. I don't think that's gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be any clash. I think if there's gonna be a clash, it's gonna be mentality of Embiid. If Embiid is just not putting forth the proper effort, but I'm hearing that he's actually gearing up and he's serious about winning. I mean, I don't. That's what I hear. But so I think Miami and Philly would definitely be good. I just don't know about the environment or the city of Philly though living, because you just said that there's a lot he has to take into consideration. So, aside from the Philly constructed team, would the Philly environment be okay? I don't know. You know, that's kind
Let
of
me
like my
ask you this
take.
though. What do you think
Hold
about
on, hold on, real quick. Too cool for nerds because number one's been waiting. Number one, what's going on, man?
Yeah, to your point, Reggie, about the Miami lineup, I think that makes a lot of sense. Uh, that that particular lineup is good for multiple reasons. I think LeBron running the point and then sliding Giannis down to the four and then putting Bam at the five, I think that does a lot for longevity for Giannis because he's kind of had these injury issues recently. So I think moving him to the four would kind of help alleviate some of those uh, injury issues that people have been worried about, and it gives it gives LeBron a chance to squeeze out a couple more years as far as his longevity goes in the league. So I really like that lineup if he does decide to go to Miami. 444, I get your point about the Davion Mitchell thing. I do think that Hardaway fits better with that particular lineup, just because that lineup is kind of top heavy as far as the skill set. So I don't really think that they need much when it comes to the two. If LeBron is running point, all they really need is a catch and shooter. And to Reggie's point earlier that he made, the defense is kind of handled when you have Bam and you have Giannis at the 4 and the 5. You don't really need too much more defense, especially if you got LeBron running point. So I think it would be better for Mitchell to come off the bench and kind of have the green light to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let OG go ahead and get to his point, though. Go ahead, bro, and say what you was gonna say.
No, I was just gonna ask, like, as far as LeBron on offense, are we expecting LeBron to play on ball, like high usage rate?
No, not.
Because I don't.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, if LeBron's
Like,
playing the point guard,
yeah.
if LeBron's playing the point, I don't think we should be expecting him to be ball dominant LeBron like who he was in Miami his first stint. I don't think we should expect him to be able to play on ball, so much. I think LeBron is probably going to be better off ball.
Yeah, he won't need to. His usage won't need to be that high, even though he's running the point, because he's got Giannis. You see what I'm saying? Giannis can kind of take over that role and bring up the ball at any point. And that's
right.
To LeBron's credit, as his IQ as a player. You know what I'm saying? Like his usage is not going to have to be that high, even though he's running point.
Yeah, it would be basically like the 2020 Lakers, but kind of like a more souped up version, because you would have, instead of AD, you would have Giannis, and then instead of JaVale McGee, you would have Bam.
Yeah, and based on number one and Reg, then I agree with you guys. Then as far as the Davion Mitchell, y'all made very good points. I agree. Then, the way you guys kind of structured it, yeah, I understand. So I agree. Miami would be great based on the scenario that was laid out.
Yeah, I want to ask you this about Miami. Do you think, was there any bad blood when LeBron left Miami the first time? Like, is there bad blood there?
Yeah, bro. They didn't give him his cookies, dude.
Yeah, Pat Riley, he tried to play chicken with LeBron, he lost.
Yeah, that's why I titled the video "Grab the Cookies," because it's like, just get the cookies and get out the way. You know what I mean? All that micromanaging and all that extra stuff. I mean, it's not necessary. LeBron doesn't need, And then my thing is with Miami, I do hear about how, Pat Riley is like always on these dudes about their body fat percentage and, checking their BMI or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. I don't know what it's called. BMI, body, whatever the fuck it is. Body fat percentage or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I could see like you doing that for like new players that's trying to, establish themselves in the league, holding them accountable. Because Miami it's a crazy city. And if you're down there and you're not focused, I could definitely see how that could be problematic. But I think if you're a player like LeBron, I mean, all that micromanaging, all that extra stuff, it's just not necessary. The man knows how to take care of himself. He knows how to, do what needs to be done to play at a high level. So, yeah, all that micromanaging that they were doing, a decade ago with LeBron taking his cookies, doing all this extra stuff, like, no, man, that's just not necessary. So hopefully Pat Riley, he's learned from his mistakes.
No, because you know what? I think with LA, like you were saying with the Flakers, LeBron, he was bigger than the team. He was bigger than the program, and that caused a problem. And I think it's the same thing in Miami. It might be a similar issue because LeBron is bigger than Heat culture. That Heat culture shit, it doesn't mean nothing to LeBron. LeBron's been taking care of his body putting $1 million or whatever into his body, you know, every year. And he's always had like whatever regimen he has, he's posting videos, you know, putting his knees on the goddamn medicine ball or whatever the hell that shit was, doing doing all type of weightlifting on while he got his knees on the goddamn ball and shit. LeBron's take care of his body better than anybody. So I don't think they should be on him about that. They should just put that heat culture shit in their back pocket and let LeBron run the show. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that though, because Pat Riley got ego.
Yeah, well, once again, then he's an idiot, right? Like, you know, like I said earlier, this is not about you, right? It's not. This is about LeBron. So, to me, I think it's like we have to break this thing down in like multiple different levels, right? I'm looking at the city itself, the weather, the lifestyle of that said particular city. Then I'm going down to ownership and management. What are they like? You know, are we on the same page? Then I'm looking at the coach, and then I'm looking at the scheme that you guys want to run. How do you guys want to utilize LeBron? And then I'm looking at the roster, right? And when I look at all of those things, I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to make a case that there's a place better than Miami, right? Because if I'm gonna leave LA, I'm not trying to go to the freezing cold. And I saw a report that said LeBron chose the Lakers because Savannah wanted to live in LA. Well, if you are like me, if I can't be in LA, shit, Miami me then. Give me Miami.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Why would you go from LA to Philadelphia? I've done it. It's terrible. You know, I made the best of it. I did, you know, but I'm not going to act like I was happy there.
That shit is like moving from LA to Skid Row.
Yeah. And I think the culture too, like you was talking about earlier, Reg, the culture as far as having a winning mentality, because I see the chat, I see some of y'all talking about the Wizards and, you know, the 76ers. I'm not going to fight y'all on that, but as far as the culture and having a winning mentality and ready to win now and being serious about winning chips, I think Miami overtakes all that.
Yeah, I would say the only team that I would put in that category would be Golden State, because I think they're serious too, because they got Steph and, you know, they want to do right by Steph. But once again, the thing with Golden State is that if you go to Golden State, it's really like dealing with the same issues in LA. You know, it's going to be all this talk about how you went to Steph Curry's team, and, you know, you're gonna have to deal with that narrative, and it's basically gonna be similar to LA. But in Miami, like I was saying earlier, LeBron is the greatest player to ever play for the Miami Heat. I get Dwayne Wade and his legacy is greater in Miami. I won't argue that. But if we're just talking about the greatest player to ever play for the Miami Heat, it's LeBron James. He won 2 MVPs, 2 Finals MVPs. They only have 3 championships. So 66% of your championships are because of LeBron James. So realistically, he's the greatest player for Cleveland and for the Heat. Like, he damn near runs Miami just as much as Dwayne Wade does. I mean, you could make that argument. And then if he were to go and win another one, I don't know. I like I said, the more and more that I think about it, I think Miami makes the most sense. Because like I said, if you're LeBron, I get going home and all that, but come on, man. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland, bro. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland, man. You know?
Don't nobody believe in Harden and Mitchell either. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
If you believe Harden and Mitchell is leading you to the promised land, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
Exactly. I've seen Donovan Mitchell and James Harden just choke weight. Like, to me, Donovan Mitchell, he's still living off of his rookie season. Like, he ain't really done nothing since, like, you remember his rookie year when he had that one playoff series win versus Russ and OKC? That was like his coming out party. And really ever since then, I'm trying to figure out what has he done. You know, he's just coasting along, getting $200-300 million contracts, and he's not really doing anything. You know, at least Devin Booker, for example, at least he went to a finals. Donovan Mitchell, you've been here almost a decade. You ain't really done nothing. So, and it's the same thing with Harden. I've seen Harden choke on too many occasions to believe in James Harden. Like, Cleveland is soft to me. And then you got Kenny Atkinson as the coach. He over talking about, well, analytically, we won the game. Like, bro, you trolling. So, yeah, the more and more that I think about it, is because I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe he should stay out west. Because I think an easier path to a championship is through the East. So let's just eliminate all the West teams. So really, it boils down to Cleveland, Philly, and Miami. Out of those three, Miami's the most successful. They're more successful than Cleveland. They're more successful than Philly. Even without LeBron, they've still been to 2 finals. Cleveland, without LeBron, hasn't been to a finals. And Philly, I mean, they haven't been to a final since 2001. They haven't been out the second round since 2001. So if we're just talking about from an organizational standpoint, it's got to be Miami. And then it's extremely similar to LA. Good weather. You know, really it's better because you don't have state income tax. You know, California, you got the highest tax rate in the country. So you're in Florida. It's a very similar city to LA. You got the beaches, you got your golf, you got, you know, good basketball, good hoops. It's got everything you need. So that's why I think Miami has, you know, risen in the, you know, in the race for LeBron, because realistically it just makes the most sense from a basketball perspective for LeBron.
Hey Reg, I just looked at this Miami Heat roster, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I see a dude named Vladi. I see a dude named Fontecchio. I see a dude named Jovic, Nikola Jovic.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It seems
But
like
see,
it seems a little
all on the bench.
Yeah, I was about to say, the difference between Miami and LA is Miami is not going to force white boys down our throats. Pause. Right? They're not going to force the issue, you know? So I don't, like I said, I don't have a problem with a white boy being on the roster. He just really shouldn't play like that. You know?
I think these dudes, they get a lot of minutes. Pelly Larson. I mean, I don't watch Miami.
They got a lot of minutes last year.
Right.
Yeah, they got a lot of minutes last year when they were a bottom feeder team. But if they're serious about winning, yeah, you're not going to be playing Fontecchio like that. You know what I mean? Oh man. You said also LeBron might have more access to his PEDs in Miami.
Goofy.
Joking.
Goofy. What do you mean by that?
You said the whole NBA trying to force feed white players. You said LeBron will go where they pay him more. You said I'm just satisfied LeBron isn't with the fakers anymore. You said Lakers in 2020 didn't have a lot of shooting. Defense is the offense. Yeah, that's true. But see, the 2020 team, what they had was they had good defense, and then they had spot-up shooters, which is what you need, you know? Because LeBron is the offense. You know, he's the system. So what LeBron basically wants, right? He wants spot-up shooters on the floor, so that way when he drives and they send the double or they try to collapse, he can just throw it to a shooter, you know? So they had KCP in 2020. They had Danny Green. They had Avery Bradley. right? That's really what you need. So that's why I say put Tim Hardaway Jr. in the lineup. So that way, you know, when Giannis is driving, if they double, send help, kick it to Tim Hardaway. He should have a career year next year. Straight up. Tim Hardaway Jr. He should have a career year because you're going to get so many wide open looks with LeBron and Giannis.
And that's the only reason why I picked him over Mitchell, because I seen the chat too. I'm not hating on Mitchell, bro. I know what you guys are talking about with Mitchell, but I'm saying he would be better suited to come off the bench if he can get over the ego thing. If he's not bothered by being a sixth man, he would be more effective coming off the bench in that particular squad. You know what I'm saying? Because that starting lineup isn't gonna need all that much production at the two position with that lineup. They're gonna need, like Reggie's talking about, when LeBron drives and collapses the defense, they just need somebody who can hit the open three. That's it.
Do you guys think LeBron's gonna be a third option again in Miami?
No, he'll probably be number 2. Bam will be number 3.
Even after scoring more than Kobe?
Yeah. I honestly think, for real, the more we talk about it, I do think Miami kind of needs LeBron, and specifically Giannis, man, because this injury thing is not a joke. And if they don't get LeBron, then Giannis having to run the wing all year, if he's going to be at the 3 all next year, he's going to have a tough time getting through the regular season, bro. For real.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. We got over 400 on Twitter, and then we got another over 300 on YouTube. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. We got Ty in the chat. You said Frank Vogel and Bron went on a legendary lineup run. That bubble run was nuts. Scary how our lineup changed every series depending upon the team.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her. You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her. You don't notice most of the people in your comments are a bunch of racists who just hate LeBron because of his politics. Doesn't bother you at all. Ayo, bro. SMD, my nigga. SMD. You heard? SMD. You heard me? SMD. Straight up and down, dog. SMD. Nigga, I said it. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
Smoke a nigga top for your baby girl.
We got Tyga in the chat. What's going on, dude? You said, I gotta admit, I went and followed LeBron a while back when he chose the Lakers, and I got gaslit that I must be a Lakers fan since Bron was there, but I realized Rob is trying to force all the whites, and I don't like that, so I'm happy he left. Yeah, the Flakers are the Snowflaker era, man. I'm glad it's over. Like I said, bro, I can't take it anymore, dude. I just really can't. So you said, why did LeBron push for Westbrook if Russ can't shoot well? Listen, dude. Every trade is not gonna be a hit, dude. Right? You're not gonna hit on every trade, bro. All right. LeBron's made plenty of trades that didn't hit. Majority of them did hit, but he's made some that didn't hit, dude. It is what it is. Okay? At the end of the day, Rob Pelinka's the GM. He's the one that's got to sign off on it, you know? So I don't know why we put more blame on LeBron than we do Rob Pelinka. But it is what it is. Listen, number one, man, you got any final thoughts, man?
No, actually not this time, man. I appreciate you letting me call in though, man. Peace out to the chat. Appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Peace. Yeah, man. Shout out to 444, number one. Too cool for nerds, man. Folks, that's really all I got, man, on this particular topic, folks. We just got to wait and see, man. But, you know, like I said, to me, Miami is just starting to make more sense. The more and more that I think about it. Because if I'm gonna leave, I'm just thinking about it from my perspective, right? If I'm gonna leave LA, I'm trying to go to Miami, you know? Or if I'm gonna leave LA, like, I just don't see leaving LA to go to Philadelphia. You know, if I'm LeBron James. That would just kind of piss me off. So yeah. Good show, folks. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out, folks. Peace.
The king does what he wants, and you'll be reporting on it. Yeah, I will. Oh, absolutely. Oh, we got to get this paper. Yeah, we got to get this paper. You already know. You already know.
What's my name and don't say it too loud, cause you gotta come here and you know I pop out.
The king does what he wants, and you'll be reporting on it. Yeah, I will. Oh, absolutely.
Coachella,
Oh, we got to get this paper. Yeah, we got to get this paper. You already know. You already know. The king does what he wants, and you'll be reporting on it. Yeah, I will.
If you my nigga,
absolutely.
then say that
we
my
got to get
nigga,
this paper.
like, what's up,
Yeah,
my
we got to
Cody,
get this paper. You
call
already
me
know.
right now.
You already know. The king does what he wants, and you'll be reporting on it. Yeah, I will. Oh, absolutely.
Come on to
we got to
me
get this
and
paper.
get one of them
Yeah, we got to get this paper. You already know.
niggas been
You
counting
already
me
know.
out.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her. You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
You gotta whisper my name.
What do you mean by that?